Hey guys, long time no see. So we just recently got some big news regarding Chapter 4 of Poppy Playtime, and well, it's kind of old news now that I'm talking about it, but it comes in the form of a short cinematic trailer, a Steam page with some juicy descriptions, and of course, some screenshots that give us an early look into what we can expect from the next chapter. What's also nice is that this chapter is releasing sometime January of just next year. That's like 3 months time, that's like almost nothing. Although I myself wasn't surprised when it would come this quickly. I do like to keep up with everything Poppy Playtime related and FNAF, believe it or not. So yes, it was said to come quicker than Chapter 3 for the simple fact that Chapter 3 only took about 8 months of development. The only reason it took so long was because of Project Piss Time, but I'm going a little off topic. Anyways, grab your favorite snack and late night energy drink because today we will be discussing Poppy Playtime Chapter 4. Let's start off with what we first got, and that is the official Steam page with a new critter. Let's get back to that a little later, but from what I can see in these gameplay screenshots, we are obviously going to be exploring the prison area where all the experiments are held. Notice how the cells look similar to those in Project Playtime. What's also interesting is there appears to be more blood, especially around the area where the cells are located. Likely a result of the experiments escaping the Hour of Joy, I assume. But something I do want to add is the cave system, as I strongly believe this should be at or near the start of the game. Mainly because of how simple this obby area looks. Don't really want to start off with something challenging now, would we? And plus, this door just, I don't know, it just screams something that only proves me right. Imagine we have to pull these metal plates out of the way. All in all, this area feels untouched as if no experiment has been around. And I do want to know more about this sewer area as well. The screenshot has a generator in it, so there has to be a reason why they want to show us this. My theory is it's part of the gameplay, and we have to look through like a maze-like sewer system and turn on all the generators. Maybe we'll be chased too? I don't know. Sounds like a good way to introduce that area if you ask me. And as for this area, it looks to be a hub like the Playcare was in Chapter 3. This has to be where we end up after going through this area right here, I can just tell. But I forgot to mention that these screenshots were from a very early build to Chapter 4, so a lot can be changed. Plus, they did look a bit bland, but I can't wait to see the final product of these locations. Even the description excites me, with promise of many other experiments we'll be coming across, as well as allies, and shocking lore revelations. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. No, not you. What I meant was the sheep in the room, Baba Chops. She's an odd, gothic shut-in whose scent is oddly unpleasant. Okay, well we got other critters revealed. Actually, we got all of them. That being the frog Icky Licky, intriguing name choice by the way. But anyways, his whole deal is that he smells like coffee. I mean, I like coffee, so... Well, next up, there's Baby Baby, who's a bat, and she likes to spread misinformation and talk behind people's backs. Alright, and then there's Alistair, who's just downright lazy. Simon is egotistically a show-off, Poe, who's just angry most of the times for no apparent reason, Tui, who just makes shit food, Maggie is just unhealthy. Really? So far, these guys seem to contrast the good smiling critters in almost every way. Well, that's because they aren't the smiling critters. Part of a brand new line called the Nightmare Critters. Instead of being good role models like the original crew, they're all described with very undesirably negative traits and aren't exactly the type of people you'd want as friends. I should really mention it right now, but the Nightmare Critters are not the main focus of the chapter. The main antagonist hasn't even been revealed yet. And Baba Chops is just a placeholder. These guys are just some of the many side monsters we're going to be facing, so don't bash the developers, please and thank you. Anyways, what's funny is why would there be another line of critters if the last ones were deemed a disaster to the company? Well, that's assuming these released, which they likely didn't, because I believe that the Nightmare Critters were planned for like the spooky month or whatever, because yes, a lot of toy companies do like to make Halloween versions of their products, and that's likely what these guys were for. Albeit maybe geared toward an older demographic like teenagers and young adults. However, we have never seen any sign of these guys existing until this chapter, where they're likely looking down in the prisons or labs. They were definitely scrapped right after the Carnap incident took place, which would explain why they never released, and would also explain why they aren't even in the orientation book. You could tell that Playtime Co. were really confident these guys would do well, but because of some slip up with this guy, it just completely ruined the brand reputation. Now, as for what Chapter 4 will be like, I really can't say. Everything around what will happen and what we'll see is very vague, but we have gotten some stuff from the ARG, like this letter that was sent out to the partners in crime, which features a construction company, Warrenbach. The same company that seemingly helped in the construction of the lab, so we're likely to hear more from them pretty soon. along with this nice computer, but, we don't have the code to access it, so I don't know. I imagine this new stuff we got will help us with accessing it, but I'll let the theorizing to the theorist. Anyways, I just wanted to talk about what we have so far because I'm actually kind of excited on what's to come, especially with how well Chapter 3 turned out. So I can't wait to talk about more of this in the meantime, but anyways, this has been Hakuno. I'll see you guys never.